Today, let's keep things simple and open up this door in the easiest way possible. In order to do that, all we are going to do is we are going to set up a little trigger area here, and then we're going to have our player walk forward, and they will have a player tag associated with them. It'll hit the trigger, and it will open up the door using a door animation. That's it. Now, it doesn't get any more shrimple than that, so let's hop in and open up this door. And just to kick things off, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I am using assets from the Polygon set, the sci-fi space. I buy too many of these things, and so if you'd like to, I'll put affiliate link down below, but you should really wait till it's on sale because, man, that is pricey. As always, that's just to make this look pretty. You can use literally any door and this will work. So let's make this work. So we have our door here, and all I've done is I've taken out of this scene, I've extracted this door, and I've attached it to an empty parent object. So all I did was this, and I called it trigger door, and I slapped this on top of it, and I made sure it was in the right position. But that's it. It's just an empty game object that parents this whole door, and what we need to do is we need to lift this up. So we're going to animate it, and then we are also going to add a collider. So if we select the parent object and add a collider, you can see here, we can set it to be a trigger, and that is how we are going to trigger this. We are using trigger interactions. And so I'm going to edit this box, and I'm going to expand it out, and I'm going to move this around, and I'm going to expand it out so it is the area that I want to trigger. And you're probably asking yourself, well, why did I put it on the parent and not the door itself? Well, we're going to be animating the door, so if we put it on the door, that would actually move this trigger box and might cause it to close, which we do not want. So now that we have a box collider that is set to trigger and we have our area here, next we're going to want to animate it. So we're going to need an animator. I'm going to add that component, and it's going to ask for a animation controller. So we can do that just by right clicking in assets and then going to animation controller. And I'm just going to call this door. Now if I select this again and drag this up here, we can see now that's all connected. And if I double click there, it will open up the animator window. And this is our door animator. So we need to create some states here. I'm going to create two empty states. And the first state I'm going to select, I'm going to call this closed because we want it to start off as closed. And then this one I'm going to call it open. Maybe just close. Yeah, closed, open. Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to make a transition here as well by right-clicking. Right-click, make transition there. And so now the door can transition between being closed and open. But one problem is we don't have any animation clips. So we need to add those in. We can do so in the animation window. And if you don't have this, you just go to Window, and then you go over to Animation. Perfect. So let us create a closed and open animation. If I hit Create, I'm going to call this closed. We need to make sure we select the parent object here. I'm going to go back to the scene so I can see what it looks like. And we can hit the record button. And it's not recording anything because we have to move this. And we want it in the closed position, which it's already in. So if we move this up a little bit, you see it recorded there. And I'm just going to set this back to 0. I'm going to set it back to its original position and turn off the record. So now it's in a closed position. Next, I'm going to create a open animation. And it's going to be very, very similar. So I'm going to hit play, and we want it to start off in the closed position. So I'm going to move that a bit, put it back down to 0. And then I'm going to move this over to about 1 second, and I'm going to put it in its open position. Let's see, I think 3 is a pretty good spot for it. And then I'm going to turn off the recording. And now we have our open and closed animation, and we can see how that works right there. I'm going to come back to the animator window, and then I'm going to go over to my transitions, and let's see these states. Okay, so it looks like it automatically hooked up our animation in with our motion. And if you don't have that set, just make sure you set that. Otherwise, you won't have an animation there. So if we click the transition, what we need now are parameters, something that will signal to this, move over to open or move over to close. So if we hit plus and go over to trigger, I'm going to call this open. And shocker, I'm going to call this next one closed. Boom. All right, so I need to add the conditions here. That's perfect. And then I'm going to select this and change that to closed. And we are almost done here, that quick. So I'm also going to add a new script here. Now, I wrote this script in advance. If you want, you can go to my Patreon, subscribe, you can download it there, or just follow along. It's a very simple script that you can just copy from the video. So this script is super, super simple. So we grab the door animator, we grab that using the start function, and then we have two little built-in functions here on trigger enter. So if a collider enters the trigger area, it is going to check the tag. If it says player, then it opens it. Otherwise, if it is exiting, so if the collider is exiting and the tag is player, then the door will close. Simple. We should just be about set here. We have the animator, we have a script tying it, and then we have a trigger box. One last thing I'll mention is those animation clips we made. For some reason, Unity loves setting defaults to weird things sometimes, and this one does a loop. So if we don't turn off the loop on the closed animation clip or the open animation clip, it will just keep looping the animation, which cool for malfunctioning door techniques, but that's not what we're going for here. Now, the last thing we need to do is make our player detectable by this. And in order to do that, we need this to have a box collider, and it can be a box collider that is a trigger or just a box collider, and a rigid body. One of these two needs a rigid body, and that's because the trigger event system uses the physics events. So if nothing is using physics on it, then it doesn't know what the hell's going on. So to set that up, I'm just gonna slap a simple box collider on this guy. I'm going to expand that out. Sure, that works. And I don't really want this to be used in physics, so I'm going to just set it to is trigger. And then, like I said, we need a rigid body on at least the door or on the player itself. And so I'm going to put it on the player. And, I'm going to just say is kinematic so he doesn't fall through the ground or do anything funky while we test him out. And the last thing we need is set the tag to player, which I've already done here, but you can do that there. So let's press play, see if it's working. Okay, and so I am going to move this guy forward and the door should open. There it goes. I'm gonna move him over to the side and goodbye, spaceman. I love you. Door closes and then he gets sucked out to the vacuum of space. All right, well, there you go. Very simple trigger door. I hope you all enjoyed it. To my Patreon members, thank you so much. Without you, I can't do this. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.